Hello, my viewers. Today's topic is going to be personal and impersonal presence of faculty in teaching and learning environment. My name is Dr. Joseph Merani. Last time I discussed faculty effectiveness, which brings me to today's discussion on faculty engagement in the teaching and learning environment. I'm here today to talk about the personal and impersonal presence and faculty in learning environment across the board. An impersonal relationship must be formed with another person to satisfy a need or goal of a student. So, an impersonal relationship must be formed with another person to satisfy a need or a goal to be attained. That being said, when a faculty interacts with a student in a classroom, they are typically engaging in relationship. Personal presence encourages best practice and a lifelong love of learning supported by good communication, listening, collaboration, adaptability, empathy, and patience. So the personal presence of a faculty in the teaching and learning environment is not appropriate for any faculty because it shows that the faculty lacks faculty traits such as emotion or warm personality. So, however, the teaching and learning process can be influenced by the faculty's personality and mentality, either positively or negatively. So, if the teacher has positive traits in his personality as being a passion, being patient, being cooperative with students, and sometimes being authoritative, he will be a successful teacher. So being authoritative does not mean that you're going to be, sometimes you got to set rules, set some regulations, by in the classroom. So if the teacher has positive traits, his personality as being passion will help in the classroom. So it is important to acknowledge the fact that faculty presence, whether personal or impersonal, is aimed at contributing to building a sense of community among learners in the classroom. Faculty presence is the only component that must be established to initiate learning in any learning environment. So the challenge in any learning environment can be attributed to poor impersonal or interpersonal contact with the instructor and the students. As such, when students are separated or working in isolation condition, the ability to establish interpersonal contact with others greatly diminishes. That's a fact. For students to know or feel the presence of a faculty, there must be relationship with the faculty. So when I mean relationship, it's relationship in the classroom. The faculty must be responsible for delivering the topic and the training the school or the university promises its students. So the faculty must be ready to deliver. In any environment, students seek a stronger connection with their faculty or teacher. And for this to happen, it is expected that the faculty be professional and also reasonable. And the faculty must be organized. The faculty must be fair in dealing with the students. The faculty must be enthusiastic in the classroom. The faculty must be sincere to students and optimistic and responsive in the classroom. The faculty also should make students focus in a class by showing commitment to what he or she is saying or teaching. And students should listen as well as committed to the university's rules and regulations as stipulated in the student handbook. So that's being said, we looked into strategies for impactful classroom teaching as such. So faculty job requires adapting to new circumstances and implementing teaching strategies that allow students to perform well in any learning environment. There are many strategies educators use to create classroom environment that accommodate students of all academic levels. As a faculty, it is vital to understand the tools available to benefit students. Faculty must adopt best practice in education that work in a range of classroom environments. The best approach to avoid classroom challenges is to ensure that students understand the information provided to them. So, a strong faculty presence in the classroom can help imbue students with a passion for their subjects and willingness to learn. So, the appropriate way to show faculty presence in the classroom is to keep students connected and engaged. If it is in the online classroom, engage students by responding when necessary to all the student posts, provide support, personalize their course, make their courses personalized, and provide feedback timely and assignments. Take an interest as a faculty in the student's interest, even if you do not share the same passion. So if you are in a classroom and will be teaching students face-to-face, go and sit in the back so that you can see how the students behave. Sometimes you need to see how your students behave. There can be so many meanings when faculty presence means nothing to students. It can refer to a person who is present physically in a classroom, or a person who is present mentally, or present but not doing what they are supposed to do as a faculty member. So when students don't feel the impact of a faculty presence, then it is time to make those faculties realize their presence. Faculty presence means you are involved in a situation or in the classroom. So if there is no requirements for your contribution, or if your presence is not making impact to the students, it means you can leave because you are not considered fit for the task or for the job you are hired to do. Faculty presence means nothing to students when they are not feeling the impact of the faculty on their learning. So demonstrating your teaching visibility is important because making learning or teaching visible is not just about what students are learning, it is also about how they are learning. For a faculty to demonstrate teaching visibility, a faculty's learning intention and success criteria must be transparent and visible to the student, demonstrating that he or her, by modeling caring and respect for students' needs, the faculty must be responsive and must be diversified. A faculty can demonstrate teaching visibility by maintaining instructional clarity across lesson organizations, explaining and guiding the learning environment as well. It is expected that visible teaching requires teachers to create classroom environment conducive to learning. To demonstrate teaching, visible, effective teachers must ensure a well-managed classrooms and reduce disruptive behavior. So as such, faculties must be mindful and can identify and act on potential behavior problems and retain emotional objectivity. The visibility is all about how faculty engage students in the learning environment and examine existing strategies and identifying realistic objectives as well as planning for the future. So it is vital to improving faculty engagement because it will boost students' success. So in building student confidence in any learning environment, self-confidence and assertiveness is required from both the students and the faculty. If a faculty suffers from low confidence and self-esteem, his or her negativity could transfer to the students. So faculty should be aware of the negative comments they make about students, think about how they talk, and critique their students' work or assignment. So all faculties be kind to your students and say positive things to your students. It is always necessary to show positive attitude before the students. Thank you, viewers. I hope being a visible faculty member, not an invisible faculty member. As academia comes to a crossroad, multiple solutions are needed. Faculty members in contingent positions are the new faculties that students will meet. Therefore, the invisible faculty seeks to reach students, especially those thinking of entering the profession. It's very, very vital. Thank you, and I'll speak to you next week. Bye.